Well, a very good evening and welcome to this edition of Breeding to Win. What a fantastic racing weekend we had last weekend. It was Arc de Triomphe Day and we had Enable bidding for a third successive victory. It wasn't to be, however, but she really was game in defeat. She's had the most awesome racing career and she bows out with a very gutsy second in the Arc this year round. Nothing taking away from some of the other performances over the weekend as well. We had some local racing as well. It certainly matched up to the Matcham Stakes, which it always does, with obviously a thrilling finish with One World getting going late, and then also in the Diana Stakes, front and centre, getting up to win the race there as well. A fantastic race mare she's turning out to be, and she looks set to have a field day with some of the feature races coming up in the Western Cape. Now, one of the new feed companies that's emerging here in South Africa is Red Mills. They had a fantastic Arc de Triomphe Day as well. Let's find out a little bit more about them.
Connolly's Red Mills, the fifth-generation Irish family business with an unbridled reputation for producing high-performance equine nutrition, enjoyed spectacular results in Paris last weekend. Connolly's Red Mills has been the natural choice of horsemen and women for over 100 years and know just what it takes to give you the very best results in terms of animal health, nutrition and performance. Some of the most successful high-performance horses in the world have been fed on Connolly's Red Mills products, and they are known and trusted by leading trainers and breeders all across the globe. Red Mills is now available in South Africa, and these are just a few of the winners fed on Red Mills since the first containers arrived in June this year.
But it's still Bahika with 200 to go from Bold Matador, and Bahika travels well here. 100 out, Bahika by 3 or 4 lengths, and Bahika pulls clear. Bahika wins by 3.5.
Sunset Eyes comes into the lead now, and it's Sunset Eyes from Filippo, and this one's going to take some catching though, and it's Sunset Eyes, Filippo chasing it home, but Sunset Eyes will win it.
But it's Riverine and Oravar, these are the two. Riverine and Oravar coming home strongly. Oravar hitting the front, down the inside. Riverine is coming back, but Oravar's going to get there. Oravar has won it down to 0, run second.
They now get to the final 250, and Prince of Kahal in the middle of the course came forward to take over the lead. Labellamere a big runner. Suave, Bold Eagle, they're trying to get into the race. Social Order, Will Pays, Prince of Kahal, Angel's Power is running on. Prince of Kahal, Angel's Power, Angel's Power as it's close. Master and Man is towards the outside. Then comes Dickens, Tough Choice, Master and Man. It's the two of them going nose for nose. Master and Man has just beaten Tough Choice.
Helen's Ideal's finding more front and centre, and Freedom Charter is coming home strongly. Front and centre, Freedom Charter, Helen's Ideal to the wire. Front and centre has got it from Freedom Charter.
Can you afford not to feed Red Mills? For more information, contact Peter Gibson on 083 406 4881. Connolly's Red Mills, feed your desire to win.
Well, Fia and the Breeding to Win team took time out as well to go visit Aventura Estate. Always one of the nicest places to go visit during a morning, and not only do they present beautiful horses, they've got fine food and also some very decent wines. And let's find out what Pippa has to tell us about Aventura in the coming season, with a lot of obvious festivities. We've got Christmas parties to book, and obviously the farm with some sales preps going for some of the yearling sales early in January as well. Let's find out more from Aventura Stud.
We're here enjoying a cup of coffee at the Aventure restaurant this morning for another catch up with Pippa Mickleborough, and there's always so much happening at Aventure and it's always good to have a good chat. Pippa, thanks again for having us here this morning.
Welcome back.
Always lots happening, isn't there? And I mean, I must say I'm absolutely thrilled that your two stallions are in the top three on the list at the moment.
Yeah, she says amazing stats for both of them. I'm very proud of them. And yeah, I think for me, obviously VAR's perennially there, but for me to say Oratoria really just hugging the limelight just behind Silvano, not surprising for me, because I always thought as they got to 4 and 5 they would do wonderfully. There also is a bit of turn up in that the trainers are suddenly realizing that what they need, they're really good doers. They don't need a lot of food, a lot of work, and they seem to thrive in blinkers. So as soon as they give them the blinkers, they seem to turn around. So exciting times and working very well, yeah.
Yeah, you've always said he just needed a bit of time, and it's just great to see those results on the track, isn't it? It's very exciting for you. You must be very proud.
Very proud of him, but sort of like a little bit, you know, just wish the breeders would support him more. But I understand why, that, you know, sometimes the sales success is not the greatest return on your investment, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, what we're trying to do is produce winners. So as long as he produces the winners on the racetrack, we are supporting him, we believe in him. The shareholding's been fantastic to the horse, so I've got no issue. And yeah, very proud of him, and I think they can only get better and better.
Yeah, as you said, the racing results are what counts, and having 2 on the top 3 on the log is quite amazing. Let's hope it continues throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, this will be hard for VAR because he doesn't have those runners in those big staying or classic races. But Oratorio will have no excuse, because he'll have those for the miles and the 2,000 metres. VAR battles in that area.
And as far as the breeding season goes, we were out here earlier in the year for the foal walk, and we've seen the beautiful foals on the ground. You nearly finished?
Actually doing very nicely. We've only got 5 left to foal, so I don't know what happened last year, whether we got them so pregnant so quickly. So only 5 to go. So far so good, one little oopsie, but not too bad. And we've doing very nicely getting them pregnant again. 1 or 2 of the older ladies giving me a hard time, but that's understandable. But working well, stallions working well, yeah.
And as far as your jockeys go, you must be as proud as punch, because MJ had a phenomenal weekend last weekend, of course winning on One World, and I think he had 3 or 4 winners on the day, so he's doing really, really well, and it's been a good start to the season.
I think, you know, MJ had a bit of a quiet winter because his big horses were resting, and Vaughan didn't go to Durban, so I think he got a little bit despondent. Then he got very ill. He got a very bad dose of flu, but he came back with a bang on Saturday, and you know, he's like a good wine. He just keeps on going. And then obviously Luke's got going, and he's got exams to do now, so they're quite strict at the Jockey Academy that he must do his exams, so he can't travel as much. But I think once he's over that hurdle, we'll see more of Luke, and very happy with how he's begun, and he talks so well on the TV, and got again a bit like Lyle, quite a big social following. You know, these young guys on the social media is out of my league, so in that way he's good, and we haven't got him to the farm yet because they won't let him leave, but hopefully once he's done his exams and a little bit more relaxed. You must remember how young he is, you know, I think he's 19, you know, he's still a young man, so we'll try and get him to the farm and show him around, and I think he's started off well.
Yeah, very early days for him, but he certainly looks like he's going in the right direction. And I know Lyle's left you now and he's moved on to Hong Kong. You must be following him, and he seems to be settling in nicely.
Yeah, I think, you know, Hong Kong is not easy, and he had unfortunately a big suspension that took over from South Africa that they enforced there, so that must have really irritated him. I think he needs to get out the block soon, but I think having Hannah there is a great help. And listen, he's a consummate professional, he's a top rider, so no doubt he'll get it right, and he'll fire, and he's just got to follow Keris and Grant and Aldo. They're doing so wonderfully well, so but no doubt he'll be fine. Yeah,
I'm sure. And I know he's not with you anymore, but Callan Murray was one of your children, and he's back now, and he's also riding really well again.
You know, Callan is a super boy, and I see he's got a lovely new sponsorship. I'm delighted for him. I'm delighted he's come back. There's a little gap in the market now because there's people left, injured, retired. He's jumped in, boots and all, double handful, and he's riding well and working well, and his weight is great. So although he didn't sort of hit the highlights in Singapore and Hong Kong, I think he grew mentally, physically, learned his diet better, and I think he's come back a totally different ball game. So good luck to him. Very, very proud of him.
Yeah, you're obviously not involved with the Ready to Run sale, but that's sort of our first sale that's coming up now in November, and the catalogues just seem to be getting stronger.
Listen, I do. I have 2 little ones on the Ready to Run with friends. We've done really well at that sale. They're looking amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing how they sell. And that's actually quite a nice market. So this year, last year it was a friend and myself, we did it together. Now we've got 3 people involved. So we'll try and find another 2 at the next sale. Did well last year and it's fun. I enjoy that. Yeah, I didn't do the work, so it's easy.
Yeah, well,
just pay the bills.
Good fun and the way to go. Lovely sale, lovely vibe out there. Lovely to see them breezing up as well.
Yes, and the races, the race day that is linked to it, and all the spin-offs from that. And I think if you can make that sale go well with a good vibe, and the one in Johannesburg, just makes the yearling sales feel better. That there's a positivity out there. So I do hope that sale goes off. Both of them go off well. I see both catalogues are rather strong. And yeah, something for everybody, I would think.
Yeah. And lastly, we're sitting here having a lovely coffee at the restaurant. Restaurant's always going well, isn't it? Now I'm seeing lovely pictures of delicious food and people still coming.
Yeah, the restaurant, it's really done really well. We've had a great winter for us, which is quite difficult. The little extension has worked. And it seems to be quite a good, it seems to be a different change in our clientele in that they're wanting more corporate functions. It seems to be that they're not doing Christmas parties this year. It seems to be corporate get-togethers. I don't want to use the word Christmas party. So a lot of vets are supporting us this year with their little functions, and hospitals, dietitians, doctors, dentists. They come, they book the whole restaurant out, have a little presentation. That's working really well. So that's really, it's a clientele, it's a different level that they're trying to get to. There seems to be quite a lot of budgets for thanking people. So it's the doctors bringing all their clientele, doctors, dentists. So working well. And no illusions, the food is excellent here. The venue is beautiful, the view is pretty, but I'm sure there's prettier views in the country, but the food is hard to beat here.
I couldn't disagree more. Absolutely delicious food. And last time we were here after the foal walk, we experienced the wine and the pairing, and we also had the delicious biltong on the nougat. So that's also taking off. Lovely combinations.
Yeah, Ella, who does wine tasting, she's actually superb. She's a wonderful qualified sommelier. She's an English trained sommelier. She's just qualified. She's got great ideas. She just finished one now, which was these cake pops. So 5 different little cakes that look like lollipops, all different colors, an actual cake. One was a biltong flavored cake, one was strawberry, and you paired it with your wine. It was literally, we did it for 10 days. We couldn't make enough cake pops. So that was a great success, and now we're back onto the nougat and fudge and biltong, and we'll bring back some new things because pairing seems to be the way to go, but everybody's tired of the chocolate and the biltong. So we've got another sneaky one coming out in November to try and tempt new people to come. Different flavors with the wine. So it works very well, and it seems to be quite a sort of self-help because you don't have to be spoken to. There's a card, tells you what you're drinking, tells you what you're eating, and then you go through the process yourself and see, is the winemaker smoking cuckoo here, that this doesn't work. And so then you can come with your friend and not actually be bothered. You can sit quietly under the tree and do your own private wine tasting. If you want to be spoken to, we can sort it out. But it seems to work quite nicely, like a couples can come and do quietly wine tasting. So that seems to pairing is the way to go. Yeah,
very good idea.
Think of things to pair with the wine.
Yeah, and we were also here when you launched the new red, the Legal Eagle. Been well received?
Very well received, exceedingly well received, and actually for me very special the way it has been received. We'd love the racing clubs to, you'd think they'd phone me up and say, Pippa, can we stock it at Scottsville or Greyville or Turffontein, but nothing from them yet, which is quite sad, but they know it's here. But the racing public, the racing trainer, the owner, they've all been phoning for it, so that's very special, yeah. And it's a wonderful wine. So it's not actually, great. It's not actually just the name, they're just lovely. And then we sent it out to all the press, and that seemed to be well received too. So yeah, we've done our bit.
And talking of Legal Eagle, it appears he's not retiring. He's going to crack on for another season.
Sean, he's the master, and I will agree with him in this. There's no need for him to retire. Horses race till 8, 9 around the world. He's a gelding. What's he going to do? I don't think he'll be a great show jumper. And if you think about it, in the show jumping and dressage world, he's too old to start that now. So to me, if he's sound and happy with Sean knows him better than anybody else. Let him have fun. I mean, he'll say no when it's time.
And those early races last season, when he was fresh, he still certainly had it in him. So I'm assuming he'll come out fresh and he'll run well again, hopefully.
Yeah, listen, obviously there's huge, powerful horses to take on now. But I'm not about to tell the champion trainer or the owners what to do. I'm just so proud of him. I'm delighted he's running again. I'm very proud of him every day.
Well, Pippa, it's been a lovely long catch-up this morning. It's always fun to be here and catch up with all the news. And I'm sure we'll be here again before long for another good catch-up. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the sales drafts in their preparations. And thank you very much.
Thanks for coming, Fee.
Been a lovely morning here with Pippa Mickleborough. We've been chatting about just about everything that's on the go here at Avonton. As I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing our sales drafts out in the new year.
Well, Cape Thoroughbred Sales host their Ready to Run sale in November. It's a race day and a sale that's presented a couple of very smart individual performers, and this catalogue looks to be very strong. But let's just talk about the race as well, because that Ready to Run log is out and there are some very interesting candidates lining up for the 1400 metre race that carries a very decent stake of R2.5 million. Kerry Jack tells us more.
The CTS Ready to Run sale is just around the corner to be held here at Durbanville on Friday, the 22nd of November. And Kerry Jack from CTS is with me this morning to give us an update. Kerry, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Vee.
It's a very exciting sale. Some really top horses come out of it, and it really is just around the corner now. And you've got a huge catalogue.
We've got a great catalogue. There's 170 catalogue this year. We've been very, very happy with the entry. We've got all the top sires represented. Trippy, Dynasty, the last two Captain L's. There's a filly and a colt on the sale. VAR, and of course Silvano. Then the new boys, we've got plenty of them. They're well represented. Korari, Give Me the Green Light, Twice Over, Vercingetorix, Captain of All. I'm going to leave plenty out, but we're very, very chuffed with the catalogue. It's very strong as well. We've got 10 siblings to Group 1 winners, so we're hoping for a good sale.
Yeah, it's a super catalogue and really big this year, and it's always lovely as well to be able to see these horses breeze up and you sort of see what you're getting.
Yes, exactly. That's the big draw card for this kind of sale. Not only do you not have to keep them that long before they race, but it's another angle to judge them on. Not only their conformation and their pedigree, but you can also see in action.
And all these horses are busy getting ready now for the sale in November. And how's it going to work this year? I believe you've got such a big catalogue. The timing is slightly changed.
Yes, we're going to have to start slightly early, only very slightly earlier with the gallops on the Friday at 9. We'll be done by 12, and then the sale will start at 4. So we're encouraging everyone to come the day before. All the horses will be there on the Thursday, so do your viewing on the Thursday, then you can watch the gallops Friday morning, see whatever you need to see again after that, and ready for the sale at 4.
It's always a great event and very well organised. But there's some new incentives this year. Just tell us about those new incentives and what you get for your purchase.
Well, of course, we'll have the Ready to Run stakes the day after the 2020 sale, which is obviously for 3-year-olds, and that'll be worth a 1.25 million, so still a very good stake. And then on top of that, we've got a great incentive for 2-year-olds. The first 3 2-year-olds feature winners, so listed or better, will get a 250,000 Rand bonus. And with 21 juvenile feature races around the country for the season, it's a great opportunity to get some really good stakes for 2-year-olds.
Absolutely wonderful incentive, and it really is a good sale. Some really top horses have come out of this sale. We've got the race on the Saturday, and that looks to be a good field as well.
Yes, always some good horses come out of this sale. We've had 13 Group 1 winners from the sale, including the likes of Captain America, a bunch of others. This year we've got a nice field again. The top 3 in the log at the moment are Rock the Globe, Nvidia and Finding Camelot, all rated over 100. But it'll be a good field again.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And it just sort of makes it such a great weekend, doesn't it? You've got the sale, you've got the race. It's good fun weekend and something everyone should come to the sales, have a look, enjoy the race day the following day.
Absolutely, and it's a great sale for new people because you don't have to wait long. The horses aren't always overly expensive. You can always find a bargain, and then you've got the great race day the next day. Durbanville is always a fun place to be for the sale, sort of in the sort of a countrified atmosphere, and then of course you can get some stakes back early as a 2-year-old and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real positive sale. Lots to look forward to, and of course, great hospitality. And how does one go about getting a buyer's card or finding out more information?
Well, the catalogue's going to print. It's online already, but it's going to print next week, so we'll have it by the end of next week. We'll distribute as usual to everyone on our mailing list, and also to all the training centres and the race courses. And then, if you could get hold of us if you need anything, all the details are online and in the catalogue.
And it's great, isn't it, being held here at Durbanville, that the stables be going up shortly, and it's great excitement.
Yeah, there's always a great build-up, and Anne and her team do a fantastic job doing the usual setup. It'll be the same breakfast in the morning, lunch, a good dinner, and a good atmosphere in the evening for the sale.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the horses. Most of them have probably been to the course before they actually have to breeze up, so they've got an idea of what it looks like here.
Yes, everyone has a chance to come and see the course and have a gallop with the weeks leading up to the sale. The vendors have done a very professional job in the past, and the horses do very well.
It's a great sale. I'm certainly looking forward to it. Some real good bargains to be had, and obviously, as you said, with all these new incentives. And before we know it, the Ready to Run will be over, and we'll be heading towards the January Cape Premier sale.
Yes, we've just finished inspections. We're finalising the catalogue the end of the month. Also, another very, very happy with the entries. So we'll be looking forward to putting that together straight after the Ready to Run.
I must say, the catalogues just seem to be getting stronger and stronger. The pedigrees, they just jump out at you.
For the Premier sale, yes, and of course we've always got a great international contingent of people there, and it was a good solid sale last year, and we're hoping to build on that.
And you've been doing the inspections, and you've had a great team again this year going around and looking at all these horses.
We always try and bring an international inspector over, not only so that we can learn from them, but also so that we can show them a bit of South Africa and the stock that we produce. Often they haven't been here before, so it's a fantastic opportunity to show them our bloodstock and our country.
And nice to have another eye as well.
Definitely, yeah. It's always helpful, and we always learn from new people, and it's great to look at horses with different people.
Well, thanks for chatting to us today. Really looking forward to the sale next month. And like I said, before we know it, we'll be on to the January sale. It's a busy time ahead for you, but always well organised, and you do a great job at CTS. So we're looking forward to the sale next month.
Thanks, V. Thanks very much.
Great to have Kerry Jack on the show. I'm certainly looking forward to next month's Ready to Run sale. As I said, it's always a great sale. Some really lovely horses come off the sale. And of course, you can get to see them breeze up before you purchase later in the day.
Well, Elusive Fort's been notching up his winners as well. He's managed by David Allen for the marketing and promotion side. And we've got a bit of an update on Elusive Fort's stats. And there's a couple of very nicely bred ones coming up on the 2 Ready to Run sales.
The standout information about Elusive Fort is that we await the imminent impact of the first of his several full books of mares, almost doubling his annual foal production as they hit the tracks from now onwards. His reputation for sound stock, for versatility of winning distances, and for performers at the highest level is founded on his first 4 crops, starting at a modest fee and working his way up the ladders. He sired Grade 1 winners and performers in each of those first 4 crops. Surely the already good stats will multiply, promoting a sire already in the top 10 for 3-year-olds, which includes sires no longer producing, to great heights. Although triple Grade 1 winner Elusive Fort is saddled with the title of Equus Champion Stayer, which in these modern times is anti-commercial, nothing could be more misleading.
Lauderdale explodes through. Lauderdale, Chestnuts and Pearls, Melliflora. Lauderdale pulled it off.
Nearly 80% of his stakes winners won between 1,200 and 1,600 metres, while over 70% of all his winners scored at 1,000 to 1,600 metres. Hardly surprising when sired by a winner of the Grade 1 Horse Chestnut Stakes at 1,600 metres and the Grade 2 Hawaii Stakes 1,400.
Elusive Fort's in front. The younger horses are coming at him now. Biarritz and Emperor Napoleon. But here's Elusive Fort just in front, and his message is have respect. Elusive Fort's won it.
When winning it further, Elusive Fort was demonstrating versatility that shines through today, a merit that is hardly surprising for a grandson of Sadler's Wells. Whether his progeny are ready-made 2-year-olds or not, and a surprising number have turned out to be, Elusive Fort is in the same Sadler's grandson's generation as Kitten's Joy, Camelot, Glen Eagles, Frankel and New Approach, to name but a few. The sire in between him and Sadler's is not El Prado, Galileo or Mongeur, but the fabulously bred Fort Wood. He adds the genes of one of the greatest broodmares in modern history, Fall Aspen, to the southern hemisphere impact of the E family on Elusive Fort's dam side. Quite something for a South Africa-bred triple Grade 1 winning standard bearer, especially one for whom you don't have to pay until 2022. More on that in a minute or two. The only son of Fort Wood standing gives evidence of his speedy sprinter milers, flagged when he was first publicised as a Derby winner who won a Grade 1 mile afterwards. In the 1,200 metres Grade 3 Poinsettia Stakes recently with a 1-2 finish, while Safe Harbour brought home the bacon in a Lanzerac ready-to-run stakes, and of course Siren's Calls near Triple Tiara included a Gauteng Guineas. Fort Ember, winner of the Gold Bracelet and second in the Summer Cup, needs no introduction, yet the myth that the fillies are always better than the colts is exploded by his colts and fillies winners to runners ratio being more or less identical. The Sporting Post lists a number of Elusive Fort colts rated in the 90s and 100s, and the signs of more trainers' horses and graded stakes performers on the conveyor belt are confirmed by action in June-July alone as the bigger crops begin to show through. In these quite difficult times, stallion managers can at least try to make some sort of contribution. Ours, with the support of our syndicate principal and shareholders, is to offer a pay-when-you-sell alternative in a grid of Elusive Fort stallion fees that takes the cash flow pressure off. Standing at Clipper Stud in Robertson, Elusive Fort, with his excellent temperament and fertility, is available either for 20,000 Rand plus VAT live full with a scale of fees down to 13,000 for multiples, or for 25,000 plus VAT pay when you sell, for example at the 2022 yearling sales, with a scale down to 16,250.
Great to have Ten Einde Stud Farm on the show, and they certainly have produced some fantastic winners of late as well. And we went out to visit them probably 2-3 months back and had a look at their farm and have a look at the setup, and they've continued to build and they've continued to progress. And the Breeding to Win team took time to go visit some of the wonderful young yearlings that are being prepared there and chat to both Hein and to Chris.
A couple of months ago, we paid our first visit to Ten Einde Stud in Swellendam, and we're back here today, and it's looking more beautiful than ever with all the beautiful green trees. And once again, Hein Muller is here to give me an update with, of course, sales coming up around the corner. Hein, thank you for having us again this morning.
Thank you very much for being here.
I must say, the farm looked absolutely fantastic the first time I visited, but today it is looking absolutely beautiful. The trees, the roses, everything's looking stunning.
Yeah, my mother, Lena, she loves her gardening. She's got the green fingers. She's putting a lot of work into it. My father, he loves his trees. There's a whole new bunch that needs to come up, needs to be planted. I appreciate them very much. They've done so much for us, and it's them that keeps the farm tip-top.
Yeah, the farm is so beautiful and so peaceful here. It's lovely. We've just got a few sheep and chickens making some natural noises, but otherwise very, very peaceful. Now, it's obviously breeding season. Most of your foals are on the ground and been quite a success so far.
Yes, we've had one bit of bad luck, but all the rest went fine. Very happy with what we have. Royal Mo, extremely happy with him. Beautiful colt. Winter colt, also very nice. Yes, all in all good. Had a couple of setbacks, as all the breeders will know, but for the rest, very happy.
Yes, looking at the foals this morning, you've got some nice individuals, some nice big foals.
Yes, the Winter is extremely strong. Royal Mo, as I said. The filly, my top filly at the moment, I would go for the Captain of All out of Malacare. Very happy with her. And then we're waiting for the last two, Joe's Bond in foal to Twice Over, and Sublime Lady, also Captain Elmer in foal to Coup de Gras. So due any moment.
Wow, stressful few months, but nearly at the end.
Nearly there, yes.
And as far as getting them as back in foal, is that all on track?
All on track. I've been very successful, very lucky. My two serious maidens, Rose in Bloom and Miss Milana, both in foal to William Longsword, nice and early. All the rest of them very happy. Missed one or two here and there, but for the rest, I think we're at 80–85% in foal already.
That's great, exciting times ahead, some beautiful matings. And as far as the sales go, you've got some exciting news because you've got a Twice Over filly that's made it onto the Book One Cape Premier yearling sale. Yes, very excited about that filly out of the mare Pure Power, Captain Elmer. Very strong, very correct individual, and extremely excited about her. Yeah, we saw her this morning and she does look to be a lovely big filly, and obviously she's going to grow a lot more. So early stages of prepping for January.
Yeah, just started, but very high hopes for her.
And at this stage there's a chance you might be sending another one as well.
We're trying, yes. It's not nice to take one by themselves. They need their mate. So I've spoken to Kerry Jack this morning, and we'll have a look. There's a couple more that we will have a look at. We just hope the pedigrees are strong enough, and we'll go from there. Yes.
But a great achievement to have one selected for Book One. And your other yearlings for next year, where will you sell?
Well, Klavervlei, I've got quite a few of the Klavervlei stallions. We'll definitely, I love that sale. I love the camaraderie and the friendship there on the farm sale. So I'll definitely be taking one or two there. And then I'm going to focus on nationals, I think. I'm definitely going to have to take up 5 or 7 to the nationals, yes.
And your interests on the racetrack, I see Kopesh won yesterday, and that was one of your breeding.
Yeah, I had a good week. Monday, Maravilloso, twice over filly, one for Justin Snaith, Etienne Braun. Yesterday, Brett Crawford, Kopesh won very nicely. He was looking for the ground, he was looking for the 2000. And then I've got a filly that we're racing ourselves, Western Dance, a Black Manelouche. She's due to get back on track. We're just waiting for a bit of rain up in Johannesburg, and then we'll send her out again.
Yeah, well, that must make you very proud to see them doing so well on the track. And of course, now once you've got breeding season over, we'll hopefully see you at the racetrack a bit more as well.
Yes, definitely. It looks like Maravilloso and Kopesh is starting to get the things done. So I'll be down in Durbanville, Kenilworth quite a bit. And then I've got very good friends, Pete and Janet Carolyn. Also new in the racing game. They've had a lovely winner as well on Monday with Sovereign Secret. And we'll be joining one another and enjoy the racing, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That was their first one, so that was very, very exciting. And of course, they've got the mare with you on the farm here.
Yeah, Miss Milana, we bought it together, me and Pete and Janet and John Costa. Infold to William Longsword, obviously a half-sister to One World, so we were very excited about his win. Lovely run, and all the best for him. If he wins a great one, then yes, I guess we'll be smiling.
Yeah, well, that's a great mating, and what a loving mare she is as well. We were playing with her in the paddock this morning, and she's very affectionate.
Beautiful, loves people, just wants to be around you, and very happy with her. She settled in very nicely. And we're very much looking forward to the future with her.
And you pretty much here on your own on the farm. Your folks come along sometimes, and your brother's quite involved as well. We saw him last time we were here.
Yeah, very involved. They run things at the office down there from Swellendam. My mother and father, they're here twice a month at least. They absolutely love the place. So they come and keep me busy and hand out the work, but love it. I'm very glad to see them enjoying it so much, and we appreciate it very much what they've done for us here on the new farm.
And as you said to me last time, Swellendam's a great position for you to be in as far as travelling to stallions and travelling into town to racing. You're in a very good position here in Swellendam.
Very much so. Stillby was just a bit out of the way. Being so close to all the top farms here in Robertson, and even just through the tunnel, Drakensberg, Vosfontein, makes my life a lot easier, yes.
Well, Hein, thank you very much for chatting to us this morning. It's been lovely. We've had a lovely morning here on the farm, interacting with all the horses, and it really is looking fantastic. And I wish you all the well selling your twice over. She really does look to be a nice horse.
Thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. And we'll see you at the track pretty soon.
Absolutely. We'll be back here again soon too.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to be here in Swellendam this morning at Tin Enderstad, and we've had a really lovely time having a look around, as I said, interacting with all the horses, and exciting times ahead with the Cape Premier Yearling Sale just around the corner.
Right, time to also now call for entries. Foal of the week. We've had some tremendous foals, and some of the new stallions looking to produce some fantastic looking progeny as well. And we ask you again, if you're wanting to get your foal on the show, all you need to do is email a picture, the foaling details to fee@breedingtowin.com. That's it for this edition of Breeding to Win. Once again, we call for entries. We're looking for entries and nominations for Groom of the Month, brought to you by G-Fox. We've already had our first winner, and that was a wonderful lad who resides out on Lammaskraal Stud out in series. Now, we're looking forward to getting a few more entries in. We'll be announcing our new Groom of the Month on the last Sunday show here in October, and we'll be bringing a wonderful prize to a new groom that's gone beyond the call of duty. But our next show, that's on the 20th of October. That's dedicated to Bloodstock South Africa and Empress Palace for their ready-to-run sale. Fantastic catalogue is up, and certainly a nice R1 million bonus of a race that's going to be attached to that sale. And we'll be showing you some of the highlights of some of the ready-to-run gallops and some news from the particular vendors on that sale on the show on the 20th. Stay tuned. We hope you can join us then. From all of us at the Breeding to Win team, we certainly hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back with you next Sunday.